Good morning, America. How are ya? Monday morning radio. We'll be 500 miles before the day is done. Hi, I'm Denny Jelsma, and I'm at the world famous Jacksonville Terminal Railroad Museum in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, where the sun always shines and running trains is a pleasure. But before we get started on our Monday morning show and tell, this program is brought to you by Jelsma Graphics, the people that make all the embroidery railroad clothing. And go to jelsma.com, that's Jelsma, and shop and shop and shop. And with all that being said, show and tell starts right now. Show and tell starts right now, and we have another exciting program to talk to you about. You know, one of the things that is such a joy with model railroading is that you can have your own railroad empire and have your own train names or your own name of a railroad you want or whatever you want. And that's the joy of model railroading. You know, most of the time, or 95% of the time, I'm a scale modeler, and what that means is, boy, I want it to be exactly accurate. But then I like to have my mind kind of go and live in a fantasy world that if I was like Jay Gould or Commodore Vanderbilt, you know, I could have this big railroad empire. And in model railroading, you could have that. And what I have is a fantasy train that I made up. And actually, it was just a lot of extra cars that I had kind of laying around and an engine. And I came up with the Jelsma Railroad. And so I took this Bachmann engine and I put all kinds of decals on it, put Streamliner on it. I got the my last name here. I got the Imperial Fleet. I got Denny on the front here. And I even have handicap accessible on the tender decals. And so that's just a fantasy engine, and it's kind of neat. Now, I painted the cars green because naturally, being from the cornfields of Iowa, the corn is green, and my hometown of Pella, Iowa, our high school colors were dark green and white, and I thought that was kind of neat. And so what I have here is I have a baggage and RPO car. I have a baggage and a combine. I have a full dome. I have a regular dome. I have a heavyweight diner, and I have a sleeping car. And I got the decals made with my Jelsma Railroad. And so this is a fantasy train that you can make. You can have whatever you want. I do a lot of logos at Jelsma Graphics with customers' own railroad. I just did one Tennessee Western. A good friend of mine, Campbell Rice, lives in West Tennessee, and we had a nice logo made up for him for his private Tennessee Western. So that is the joy of having your own imagination kind of going wild and going back living with the railroad tycoons. Is you could have your own railroad and you could be the tycoon of your own empire. And that's the way it is at the world famous Jacksonville Terminal Railroad Museum in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, where the sun always shines and running trains is an absolute pleasure, and air conditioning and heating comfort. And that's the way it is.